everyone, welcome to today's video. For today I am going to be showing you guys my paper pumpkin remake take two, whatever you want to call it. So this is the card that we're going to be making today using most of the supplies in our paper pumpkin. There are a couple extra things that we're going to need, but for the most part, you're going to be able to grab the supplies that you already have if you got this month's paper pumpkin kit and create this awesome little card. So let's go ahead and jump into what we're going to need for today. We're going to be using the same ink pad, so we're going to be using Night of Navy. We're going to be using the balloon bouquet punch, whatever this punch is called, we're going to be using it. I can never remember what it's called, but it's what we're going to be using. So we're going to use this punch. You're going to need, this is Tombow Mono Multi Glue. I like this glue just because it sticks really, really well and fairly quickly, but it's a liquid glue, so it's easier to apply in delicate areas. We're also going to be using the stamp set that came with this month's paper pumpkin. We're going to be using a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and it's cut at 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And I have just some blue baker's twine. I actually got this in a previous paper pumpkin kit months and months and months ago. I don't remember which kit it was, when it was from, but I got this in a paper pumpkin kit. So this did come from Stampin' Up, and you can get, I mean, we have tons of baker's twine and stuff online that you can purchase. And then we're going to be using 2 pieces from the kit itself. So I'm going to be using this triangular patterned piece and then one of the corrugated pieces of cardstock. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so to get started, we're going to make our little background piece, and I forgot to mention you're also going to need a little sponge, or if you have an ink dauber, anything to take the ink from the ink pad and apply it to our piece of paper. We sell these craft sponges. There you get like 3 for, I don't know, a couple bucks or something, and I cut one round into like 10 pieces or something like that, so you can get a lot of pieces out of one sponge. And that's what I'm going to be using today. But if you have any kind of dauber at home that you already own, if you own some of the Stampin' Up daubers, you could even use, if you had our like foam brayer, you could use that as well. That would work really well. But I like the little sponge. I think it gives it some extra texture. So all I'm going to do is take my sponge. I'm going to dip it in my ink pad, and then I'm going to apply it directly to my cardstock. And as you can see, I'm doing circular motions. This is what I like to do. If you wanted to, you could do just a back and forth swiping motion. You could do a triangle if you wanted to. You can do any kind of shape pattern that you want to do. I just like circles because I think it gives a nice look. And I start off by, let me move my ink pad. I start off by doing one side, and then I actually take my piece of scratch paper that I'm working with and kind of fold over the corner and use that so that I don't get my fingers all inky and that I don't get fingerprints in the ink. I can't speak. Oh boy. So then if there's some white spots, sometimes that happens in like the middle of the circles. There might be a couple of white spots. If that happens, I just go back in and fill everything in. And the beauty of this is you can do this as light or as dark as you want. You can also use this technique. You can take these supplies that you have and you can use other colors. Actually, here, let me move this out of the way. I'll show you guys. I did this little card. This was going to be the paper pumpkin remake, whatever you want to call it, card, but I felt like I didn't use enough supplies from paper pumpkin, so I kind of took this idea and changed it up a little bit. But this background piece right here, this is the other card base from paper pumpkin, and I just took it out, I cut it out, and then I just took a piece of Whisper White cardstock and I blended together, which colors did I use? I think I used Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo. and blended them together and then glued it down and did that. So this is actually how this card was originated. But you can use the same technique in anything really. You could even just use, you don't even have to put anything on top of it. You could use this as your card base. It's beautiful. It's a really simple way to make your own paper. So we're done with that for right now. I'm just going to take that, set it off to the side for a second, just to get it a little bit dry. And then what I'm going to do is actually, whoops, let me switch this up. So while we have our ink pad out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp. Ooh, I almost just dropped the ink. I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm going to go ahead and stamp our card. So I went ahead and pre-positioned these stamps that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to put "It's Your Day, Have Your Cake and Eat It Too," and then the little cake. And this is an E block, I think. Yeah, this is the E block. I like this big block because you can position these longer sentiment stamps and get them right how you want them. I'm actually going to, I'm going to position them a little bit closer together than I did, well, just this little cake. A little bit closer than I did on my sample. There. So now all I'm going to do is take this and ink it up. The only issue, and it's not really an issue, but the only thing to be cautious of with this, because we're using a larger block, if you get any ink on the block itself, I would just make sure to wipe it off before you go to stamp, so that you don't get any stray ink, and just down and up, and there you go. So I'm going to set that off to the side. That's all the inking that we're going to be doing, so I'm going to close that up. And now that our blue piece has had a couple seconds to dry, I'm going to go ahead and flip our card base over, and I'm going to take my Tombow Mono Multi Glue, and I'm just going to unclog it. And then I'm going to start and just put little dots, if I can get the glue to come out. Maybe. Any second now. There we go. And I'm just going to put dots on just the random points on the card. You don't have to put glue on every single point, because then you'd be here forever trying to get your card base ready, but just kind of some more pronounced, or not pronounced, but some of the points that look like they really secure the card and keep the base together. I would go ahead and do it on those points just to make sure that nothing happens. And once you put it down, you'll be able to tell if there are some points that you should glue down a little bit more and make a little bit more secure. But for the most part, you can be pretty random with it. I do like to put as much glue at the top as I can, so as many little points that I see on the top, whoops, I definitely do that. And then for the center, I just kind of go crazy, just like that. Now we're just going to take our blue piece. Oops, and I got some glue on my desk, but that's okay. We're just going to take our blue piece. I'm actually going to flip it this way so that I have a little bit more visibility to it, and just put it down. You don't have to be super precise about this. You just want to make sure, obviously, that you get all of the open space is covered with cardstock. So there's that. I'm going to set this off to the side to dry for just a couple seconds. And that stuff, this glue actually dries pretty quickly. It gets tacky. It stays wet for a little bit, but it gets tacky pretty quickly, so you can put things together pretty fast, but you still have a little bit of wiggle room with it, which is what I like. Now we're going to take our piece of corrugated cardstock. I love this stuff. I wish that we carried this in tons of different colors, because I am obsessed. And I'm just going to take my balloon punch, and I'm going to punch out 2 sets of the balloons. You can get 2 sets. You can actually get 4 sets total out of one piece. So you can make 2 cards using 1 piece of the corrugated cardstock. If you want to like hoard that stuff, like I kind of want to, you can get, like I said, 2 cards out of 1 piece of it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is really put our card together. Like I said, I'm just letting this piece sit for a couple seconds. Once you put everything together, you want to let it dry a little bit more before you give it to somebody. But to actually start putting it together, you can do that pretty much right away. You don't need to let it dry completely. So what I'm going to start off by doing is just placing my balloons down. And the way that I did this on my sample, which I think turned out really nice, I'm going to take one of the smaller balloons and put one of the smaller balloons down in this little corner right here. And then the other 3 balloons, I just want to kind of put them randomly on in this bigger open piece. So for the big balloons, I use 3 dimensionals, and for the small balloons, I use 2. That just is what seems to work well for me. You can, of course, do this however you want. This is your card, your project. Go crazy. Oh, I'm going to need another pack of dimensionals. I didn't realize I was so low. Okay, there's that one. I just need 3 more. Good thing I reorganized everything, so I have my dimensionals. I have everything right at my fingertips now. Not that I didn't before, but it's just in a way that works a lot better for me. So I'm super excited. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I'm doing, I plan on doing a craft room tour. So I've been reorganizing my craft room, and I've filmed a couple little bits here and there of me reorganizing it, but I'm planning on filming a full tour video as soon as it's done. For the most part, all of the furniture and stuff is in its place where it's going to be. It's just kind of reorganizing everything, putting everything away, making sure everything has a home. That's kind of what I'm working on right now. So it's getting there. I'm almost done. I'm actually very happy. I'm almost done, and I have way more room than I thought I did, kind of moving and shifting some stuff around. And anyways, I'm blabbing, but be on the lookout for that because it's going to come here pretty soon. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my baker's twine, and I like to create a little loop first and then slide it onto the little, slide it onto the little notch on the balloons, and then just pull it taut. And then you can just snip your little tails, and you can do these however you want. I kind of just left them to fly around and do whatever they wanted to. If you wanted to be more precise, you could probably take another little bit of glue and just put a little dab of glue there and hold it down until you got it to stick. But I'm not too worried. I don't mind it kind of going all over the place, being crazy. So again, I'm just creating a simple knot, a simple loop, and then before I tie it, or before I pull it completely taut, I slip it under and pull it. So snip that off and then do that. And all of these are going to be a little bit different. And again, you just do what you want to do. You do it however you want. Pull this. There you go. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear the TV in the background. This time it's not my fiance. I'm just here with me and the dogs. And I didn't even think that I should go turn the TV off because I don't know. Sorry. And then this little one down here, since there's not a ton of room to have it have a little tail, all I did for this one was just tie, goodness, why am I having such a hard time with this? Okay, start over. All I did for this one was to tie the little doodad, and I just trimmed off both of the tails. So you could do that with all of them if you didn't like the look of the tails. You know what? We'll do that for this one. We'll just do it just so you guys can see the variation. You don't even have to add the ribbon or the baker's twine if you don't want to. I added it just because I think it gives it a little bit more grounding, so that you don't have just kind of some random balloons that look like they were just stuck down there randomly. But you don't have to do it. You, of course, can just put your balloons there and let them fly. The other thing that I thought might be cool to try and do is attach the balloons before you attach the back piece, and you could feed the baker's twine in between. That would be kind of cool too. But this is what I ended up coming up with, and I really, really like it. So that is it, guys. It's a super simple card. I'm telling you guys, I'm all about these quick, simple, fast cards that you can just whip out really, really fast. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I love it. I think it's really, really easy. I wish I had, actually I did just have the actual card from the paper pumpkin kit, but I don't know what I just did with it. I just had it. Well, I don't know where it went. I was going to show you guys and compare the two, but I don't know what I just did with it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Be on the lookout for some more cards. I'm trying to think. This video will probably, today is, what's today? Today is Monday the 23rd. This video will probably go up a week from today, and then the catalog will go live. So the next video that you guys will probably see from me after this is going to be all about the new catalog. Be on the lookout for that. The first video that I'm going to do, it's going to be a pretty long video. I'm going to do a walkthrough of the entire catalog, show you guys what's in there, point out my favorite products or the products that I've already flagged, and that kind of thing. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be kind of a bonus video. That'll be going up June 1st. So this will probably go up. This will probably go up June 30th. Probably June 30th or somewhere around there. And then not June 30th, May 30th, May 29th, somewhere around there. And then right after that, we'll get the new catalog. So that's going to be super exciting. That video, like I said, I'm going to be walking through the entire catalog, showing you guys everything, pointing some things out, what's different, what's new, what's amazing. Everything's amazing. But that'll be a bonus video for next week, or next week now, but in a couple days for you guys when you're watching this video. Sorry, I'm making this so complicated. As you're watching this video, in 1 or 2 days, you will be able to order from the catalog, and I will be doing a walkthrough of the new catalog on June 1st, which will be a couple days after this video goes live. Sorry, I'm thinking too far into the future and I'm confusing the heck out of myself. Side note, if you have not received a catalog yet, please make sure you let me know. I am still sending them out free of charge to whoever wants one. I'm paying for the catalog, the shipping, all of that stuff, and I'm including a few goodies in there. The first few people that got catalogs, I didn't include them because I didn't even think to. I actually have, I was going to show you guys a preview of it, but I don't have a copy. I made a little wish list and the bundles list and that kind of stuff. So I will be sending that along with the catalogs that people are ordering now going forward. So if you already had a catalog, let me know and I can send that to you. Anyways, I'm rambling now, so I'm going to go before this video is just super, super long and rambly. I hope you guys enjoyed and are having a great day, and I look forward to showing you guys the new catalog. That'll be my next video. The next time I see you guys, I'll be showing you the new catalog. So I'm super excited. Be on the lookout for that, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!